All right, let's take a look at dilations using a scale factor, a Khan Academy lesson. So our first problem looks like this, and we have a pentagon or a five-sided figure, and they're putting it under a dilation. And let's remember, dilation means we're either getting bigger or smaller, and they're doing it on a scale factor of 1/2. And so they're going to ask us this question down here. What's this length of CD from here to here after going through a bigger or smaller? And since it's 1/2, we know we'll be getting smaller by a factor of 1/2. How big will it be? How many units? So if I zoom in on this, I can see that this image CD is 4 units long. And notice we're counting these squares. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. So this is 4 units long. And we're having a scale factor of 1/2. So it's going to become half as big. What will it look like? So we just multiply 4 times 1/2 and we get the answer 2. And so this segment is going to become half as big. And notice now it'll be called prime. C prime, D prime is the new image after having gone through a scale factor of 1/2. So our answer will be 2. On our next problem, we're doing going under dilation, which means are we getting bigger or smaller? That's the question. Well, the red one's smaller, but the blue one's bigger. So what did we do? Did we get bigger or smaller? And you're going to have to notice that the prime is the second image. The original one is the blue one because there's no prime. And so we can see that we've been getting smaller. And their question is, what is the scale factor? How much smaller did we get? How did I know it goes smaller? Because of the prime. The prime image went smaller, and by how much? And I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit, and we're going to know that every segment in here will get smaller by the same amount. And if I look at this straight up and down piece, it's easier to look at. I'll notice that from A prime to B prime is 1 unit. And over here, A to B is 4 units. So what happened? It went from a 4 to a 1, or got 4 times smaller, or it's 1/4 the size, and we could put that in decimal form. 1/4 is 0.25. So what is the scale factor of the dilation? 4 times smaller, and your answer could either say 1/4 or 0.25. Both answers would be good. All right, let's take a look at our next problem. And in this one, when we go under a dilation, remember that means to get bigger or smaller, and it went through a scale factor of 2. They're asking what is the segment of AB. Now that's interesting in here because this one they gave us the second image, not the first one. Notice how this is A prime, not A. So we don't know what the original image looked like, but we got twice as big. So the original image was smaller and we got twice as big. And they're asking us, well, what did the original AB look like? Not A prime, B prime. So this was 8 units. And so we're going to know that if it got twice as big, well, if I go 4 times 2, I get 8, which means that original length was 4 units long. And it got a scale factor of 2, twice as big, and landed up being 8 units long. Here's that A prime, B prime. It ended up at 8 units long. So it must have been a 4 at the beginning. So I would take this answer 4 is what I would put in here for my answer. That's what AB is. All right, let's take a look at our last one. And in this one, they're saying A, B, C, D, no prime. So that is the original image when under a scale factor of 4. So we're going to make this image 4 times bigger. That's what that scale factor of 4 means. And they're going to ask, well, when I do that, what will the length of C prime D prime be? Let's zoom in on this a little bit, and we see that this CD, the original one, was 3 units, and we're going to become 4 times bigger. So I just multiply it by 4, and I get 12, which means that C prime D prime is going to be 12 units long, 4 times bigger. And so we say our answer is 12 units. All right, so there's your practice with scale factor in Khan Academy. Thank you.